What's up, guys? Zaid here with a post-Photon Hypernova Kashtira deck list for you. This list is meant to go second, but before I get into the deck profile and explanations, I have two things I want to shout out real quick. One, I started a Discord with the intention of testing this post-Photon Hypernova format more, and so I'll leave the link in the description for that. If you want to join it so you can play test with me, let me know. And second thing I want to shout out real quick, I don't know if you guys are aware of this or not, but I have a movie review podcast with my buddy Tommy. It's not letting me switch to it. There we go. And it's got like no subs. We be putting a lot of time and energy into this content. So if you're one that watches film, you should go check this channel out. And if you just want to support me, go ahead and subscribe so I can get this little 13 up to at least triple digits. Trying to hit 100 on that, John, at least by the end of the year. But with that being said, I'm going to just get into my deck profile. Some things to keep in mind, like I'm still very new to this format. It's still all being tested, so I don't think any of my ideas are set in stone, but this is a rubric / template that we can all use moving forward and to start a discussion, honestly. And so to start, I got a triple Fenrir, triple Unicorn, triple Rise Heart. These are the best ones. Fenrir and Unicorn post this new set are one card combos, although Fenrir is not the craziest combo, but it's still a combo. And then I don't think Rise Heart technically does anything on its own, but it's the best extender, and it's like, what's it called? It's the best other name for 2+ card combos. Like if you were to play Ogre or something, Ogre plus Birth, for example, is not a combo, whereas Reinhardt plus Birth is a combo. So it's the best one in that regard. It kind of fills the role that Psybeast fills now pre this set, but just way better, obviously, because it's also an extender. And then there's two of these that you could play. I play the Tier Elements Kashtira. There's also Scareclaw Kashtira that's coming out. I think there's a case where I should probably be playing this and cut something. I just don't know what I would cut. And I also have to experiment with combo lines more and see if having the second one is required. The thing about these is that they both can special summon by banishing a Kashtira card from your hand or graveyard, or their respective archetype card. So this one's Scareclaw, this one Tier Element. And then this one makes it so guys do piercing, I think. And then this one when it's summoned mills. And so I was thinking if I'm going to play one, I'm going to play the mill one because it has more potential to combo. The piercing I don't think matters that much. And I haven't seen why I would need a second yet, but I could like see hypothetical combos that would exist that I might need it, but I just have to test them more. And then we play the one Big Bang. This card, its on-field effect is alright, but you're mainly playing it for its one banished effect. Because when it's banished, you can detach a material from one of your XYZs, add it to hand, and then special it. So basically special one of your XYZ materials. So it just gets like a Fenrir or a Unicorn out for you. I don't know how necessary the card is, but it feels like it's probably necessary. Then I played 3 Birth, 3 Papyrus, and 3 Field Spell plus Terraforming. The Field Spell is nuts because, like I said, Unicorn's one card combo that goes like kind of crazy. You get this guy and this guy for just Unicorn, and if you have another extender, you can get this guy. So I feel like that's a lot. That's a lot for 1 to 2 cards. And I can also do a video showing you guys how to do that if you want. But yeah, and then Birth, I think you could cut Birth down, I'm not going to lie, but I like it. But this is the like single worst card to draw on its own. Also, Papyrus is cool because when it's banished, you can add one of your banished cards back. I found a combo earlier when I was messing around with it where you use Rise Heart to banish Birth, and then you banish the Papyrus, and then you get the Birth back, and then you get to go crazy. But like I said, I'll show you guys combo videos if it's something you're interested in. Then I already went over the Terraforming Field Spell. 3 Prosperity, because Prosperity just gets you whatever board breaker you need, or it gets you whatever name you want, like whatever starter you need. And then I play 16 going second cards, and this is a blind second list. I feel like I said that, and you can see it in the name. But I've been blinding second with it, because I feel like this deck gets a lot of value from the battle phase, and so I kind of want to be utilizing that. And also, well, the end board is really good. I feel like it's not that good through a lot of interruptions, and so I would rather let them go first and then get a lot of value off my board breakers. Like the board breakers are hopefully trading with multiple cards, you know? And so you should be, after they resolve, you want to be putting yourself slightly ahead of the game already. And then your battle phase effects are going to super make it in your favor. And then main 2, you could go and make your board. Because like, in my opinion, the board, you need either, not a lot, but you need some specific cards uninterrupted to end on the triple XYZ board. And ending on the double one gives you good interruptions with good follow-up. But it's not like enough that I feel competent winning through 6 cards. You know what I mean? So that's why I feel like so far it feels better to let them go first, take away some of their cards with the board breakers, take away some more of their cards with the battle phase, and now I have that same end board, but they've got like 1 or 2 cards drawing to a third. You know what I mean? It feels more superior to me. I could be wrong. I'm still early on testing this, and that's why, again, join the Discord so we can test some more, and you can test with me, but also build your own opinions on things and then share them with me, you know? And then for the board breakers or the going second cards, though, we have the Shifter. Shifter's just the best going second card. There's going to be matchups where it's dead, but matchups where it's dead, the board breakers shine even more. Like, if you're against Fluonderies, obviously your Shifter kind of sucks, but Regeki, Dark Hole, Lightning Storm, Evenly, Duster all go hard against that deck. And like Sprite, Shifter, they side or main Shifter sometimes, so you'd think it's not the highest impact against them, but when you've got all these other board breakers, the Shifter makes it so they can't make Toad. And so now they could like try to get to Carrot, and if they get to Carrot, they've got 1 interruption for a board breaker, but that's not that much. And I could just special attack over at main 2 Regeki, you know what I mean? So I feel like Shifter might still be good in that matchup, and then all these board breakers are too. And then it just like hoses Tier. If you open Shifter against Tier, it's like you went first, but with 6 cards, and they can't play, you know? So Shifter is probably going to stay in there for sure. Evenly Matched is probably the best board breaker against Tier. And then I've been kind of disliking the card in testing, though, against other decks because if they're putting up a negate and your board breaker is just going to force a negate, it really sucks giving up the battle phase to do that. To the point where I could see this being Dark Ruler no more instead in the main, but I'm not 100% sold yet. I'd have to test some more because when Evenly goes off, it feels so good. Like, that card definitely changes the tide of the battle when it resolves, you know? But when it doesn't resolve and you gave up your battle phase in a deck that benefits so much from the battle phase, it just feels really bad. But then Regeki, Dark Hole, Lightning Storm, and Duster have all been kind of crazy. Like, I don't think I've ever been upset to draw Duster. And then Lightning Storm acts as Regeki in matchups where you need it, and acts as Duster in matchups you need it. And there's a lot of matchups where you want it to be both because, like, I'm playing all these other board breakers. If I'm against Sprite, for example, and I open Dark Hole, Lightning Storm, then I could Lightning Storm the back row, Dark Hole the board. Or, like, you know what I mean? It's just cool that this card acts as this or this, depending on the scenario you need. It kind of is very helpful for breaking boards with the amount of board breakers I play. Regeki, Dark Hole have been nice, and Duster's been nice. And a thing to keep in mind, this deck, unless you play like around it, which I can show you the line to play around it in a different video probably. I'll talk about it a little bit though. But they lose to board breakers. This deck kind of loses to board breakers. This card can protect itself, and if you use Prosperity, this card can protect itself. I'll explain that when I get to the extra deck. But outside of that, like if they're not playing around it, the deck gets really hurt by them. Like it hurts a lot. Because like even if you get to keep the XYZ, cool. If it's like a mirror match, they're gonna break your board, then special Fenrir attack, banish this, now your entire board's donezo, you know? So that's why I like these cards. Are also good against Flu and shit. I'm not gonna really go over the side. These are all just like hypothetical board breakers that I was considering, and so I'm gonna test them, see which ones are gonna stay, which ones aren't. But like it's not a real side, so don't take that too seriously. Then for the extra deck, let me move this guy over, actually. I play 2 of the XYZs for each one, the Arise Heart and Shangiri. I think you have to play at least 2 of your most important cards this coming format because of Unicorn and also because of Diablos. There's a case that you have to play 3 because they can very easily, like, if my opponent's playing the mirror match and I'm going second, right, they could very easily use a Diablos effect on one of my Shangri eras, and then they could use Unicorn on the other. Like if they were to summon Unicorn off of their Shangira in the standby phase, now like I better have a board breaker because if I commit a single monster effect, I'm going to lose my second copy. You know what I mean? And in other matchups, it's going to be more relevant. Like you might have to play 3 Kit Kalos because if I Diablo snipe one and then I Unicorn snipe one, good luck playing the game, friend. You know? And but yeah, that's why I'm playing 2 of those. I'm playing 2 Zeus also because if you only play 1 Zeus and you're opting to go second and you're in the matchup, like in the mirror match, they're gonna Diablos your Zeus, I feel like. Like, why would you hit, if these are all 2 ofs, so hitting it's not gonna make it obsolete, but this is a 1 of and you already know I'm going second, why wouldn't you hit it, you know? And then 1 Big Eye, 1 Diablos, 1 Dark Armed, and 1 Red Eyes Flare Metal. These cards, I'm not like, I don't care that much about. You can snipe them if you want to snipe them. And but they're still good utility. Diablos, you might be thinking, what? How do you not care about that? That's the best card in the deck. Everyone hypes that up. But I'm going second, so it's not as good in my opinion. Like, it'll still come up, but what are the odds? You had to open like 2 board breakers to secure their board broken, maybe 3 if they're playing Omnis, and then your other 2 cards have to be like Unicorn and I don't know, one of your other crazy gas cards, and then you could end on the board where you end on this and that. Hopefully you can end on this too, because I think I'd rather have a Rise Heart over Diablos. Not 100% sure still, but I felt like going second. This card wasn't as important, and if they snipe it, then it's not the end of my world. This is for breaking boards. This is for time. On Dueling Book, it obviously doesn't matter. I can move this to the side or something. And I thought about siding it anyways, but I don't really know what else I'd want to play in the extra deck. And then for the links, I got 4 different Charmers. All the elemental ones, not the light or dark, just because this deck, I've got main deck monsters of all the types. And in the mirror match, 3 out of 4 of these Charmers are gas. And then the only one that's not is water, but water still probably has utility sometimes, you know? And then this Goliath is for what I was talking about that makes you immune to, what's it called? Raigeki Dark Hole in this deck. A Rise Heart, anytime a card is banished once per chain, he can equip a banished card to him. Any banished card. So that includes face downs. So if you have him on the field and you banish Infinitrack Goliath off of Pot of Prosperity, and then any card is banished while he's on the field, you can activate his effect, equipping the Infinitrack Goliath from banished to him. And then Goliath has the effect that an XYZ monster whose original type is machine and has this card as a material cannot be destroyed by card effects. So it's going to make your Macrocosmos guy immune to Raigeki and Dark Hole, which I think in the upcoming format could be very, very important if people are playing this board breaker type deck. Which, real quick to point out, people are playing in the OCG Book of Eclipse. Did I type that wrong? Yeah, for that reason. Not just for that card, but this card also has destruction protection. Eclipse is a board breaker that just flips everything face down, non-targeting, non-destroying. At the end phase, they flip up, and the player that controls monsters flip draws equal to the amount flipped. So you have to out the board, but it just like breaks stuff that would otherwise be immune, you know. But that's my list. I feel like I rambled a little bit on this. When I went to locals yesterday, instead of playing locals, I just was testing this deck out, playing test hands, and then I made it. I got a good solid list, started testing it against other players, and was having decent success in the sense that I felt like I drew good every time, but I wasn't winning every time because I wasn't playing optimally. But so there was a lot of learning going on, and now I'm trying to like regurgitate that learning so that I can continue to learn more. And I feel like it might have came out rambly. So if you were able to put all my thoughts together, then you probably learned a lot. And if you feel like you know more than me about this deck, let me know your pointers and stuff in the comments. Like, fill me in, because I'm trying to be unstoppable with this shit. But that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. Like I said, join the Discord. Check out my other YouTube channel if you'd be so kind. Really want to get this sub count up. Appreciate y'all. Have a good day. Happy holidays. Stay safe.